Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt the Bill and the Dumb show to remind you to take care of your balls. Take care of your balls, take care of your beard, the whole 9 yards, anything and everything with the fine folks over at Manscaped. The new Lawnmower 5.0 is absolutely spectacular. It is the ultimate bundle for the man who deserves it all. Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0 Ultra does everything, and the Lawnmower 5.0, the Ultra Body Trimmer, and the Weed Whacker 2.0 Nose and Ear Trimmer feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate presence. You cannot go wrong when you go Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with promo code DUMB, D-U-M-B, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code DUMB. Manscaped. Get your jingle balls ready for the holidays. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. We are here. Better than ever. Better as always. Mikey V, can you tap in with us? Mikey V has arrived. Can you tap in with us, please? Now, we're still waiting on the arrival of Joey D. He's here. We don't see an image. Where is Peter D?
Can I ask you a question
Sure.
before we start?
Anything.
An honest question. I'm not even breaking your balls. What was up with why'd you shave the beard? Just out of curiosity. No, I'm not even breaking balls. I'm being a dead honest question.
I'll tell you what he did.
There's Peter right there. Say hi to Peter, Michael. That's Joseph Peter DeMar right there.
This is one of the more preposterous starts to the day that I have ever seen. I don't know what Bob's got going on today.
I will say this: when Bob is on the East Coast, the texts come early. They come very early. Bob's up early. He's an early bird.
Yeah, but so is Joey D.
Yeah, he is. He's up. I've had Joe answer text messages at like preposterous times, like 5 a.m. his time, 4 a.m. his time, and he'll answer a text.
Now it's an early start, and I appreciate the early start. It's a very early start.
This is like when the NFL does the London games. That's what this is basically.
You want to tell the folks about the broken back? You broke your back. You broke your back. By the way, I will never laugh at a hurt back anymore. I won't. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse. So go ahead, Michael, and then I'm happy to talk about my disaster.
No, I mean, there was no accident. There was no particular, there was no particular thing that did it. It's just, I guess over time, things broke down there, and it's a little bit more serious than I thought it was. Finally got the workups that I should have probably gotten last year when I threw it out at work. And I really was the first time like I was ever crippled was at work last year in October. And I should have got the work. Dude, nothing. I was in my office at work and I literally like was just moving around. And like, I think I either was trying to sit on my chair or getting out of my chair or something, and I just felt something pull, and I just collapsed to the ground at work. And I probably should have got the workups done then, but I thought honestly it was just like spasms or something like that. And then over the last year, I'd been maintaining it, and then over like the weekend, last weekend, and then Monday morning, I was totally done. Had to go to the hospital. They did the CAT scan, they did MRI, which is what I really wanted. And then obviously it revealed some things that are a lot more serious than I thought were going to be. Nothing like I don't want to give people the wrong impression, like nothing like life-threatening, just things that I need to immediately probably address with my back before I can start doing anything. Herniated discs, a fracture, just like really fucking crazy stuff that I wasn't aware was going on.
Well, you were hobbled around the last couple times I saw you.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while now. So it's like every day I wake up and it's not exactly pain-free, and it kind of stinks, and I'm not the type to really take like Motrin or any. I'm not like the type of person that's like, I'm going to take pills every day to make myself feel normal. I just try and, just go about my business. But obviously now I gotta take care of things, but on with the show. Nobody gives a fuck. And that's fine. And I agree. Nobody should. That's not what we're here for. I'm more concerned about Bob's beard.
That's a serious concern.
That's a very serious concern.
I will say the best part of the story, because it is a sad story, but the best part of the story is the guy who picked him up in the stretcher just happened to be one of the members of the Voice.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. What did he say? He said, Mikey B.
So I was laying on the floor in my living room, and like, listen, like, again, I I don't want to go to the doctor. But finally, it reached a point where I could not physically get myself off the ground, and the kids are home and Holly's home. And I'm like, all right, I don't have any other options here. So I told her, I was like, you got to call for an ambulance. They got to shoot me up with something to get me back on my feet because I can't move. I was literally on the floor. And guy walks in, the ambulances roll up to my house. Fucking guy walks in. He's one of the EMS guys. By the way, shout out to the local FD and EMS guys. They were great. They were fantastic. Guys getting me, and they asked me my name, and I tell him, and he goes, Mikey Beardown, cuz? And I go, yeah, man. And so that was a funny story out of the whole thing.
He asked you what the workout of the day was.
There's not going to be any workouts now. I'd like to continue putting up workouts of the day. The problem is I'm not going to be able to do them. That's the issue.
You know what? I think I would get very, when I had my back issues and I couldn't work out, I got very moody. I mean, when you're just home and you can't, when you're out of your routine.
Oh my God.
Again, I used to really Joe, you probably remember, I used to bust Ticket's balls because he was wearing a full wool onesie during COVID and he slipped on wood floors. And to me, just the thought of it was so funny. And he always would have to do ibuprofen for the back. Then I got back issues. There's nothing worse.
No, bro.
To where I
You
feel
be the voice of the backless and like start posting videos
Thanks,
like
man.
of workouts for people who can't like.
Oh, I mean,
over.
listen, there will be a road to recovery eventually. There'll be a road to
believe it.
recovery.
I
But
believe
yeah.
he's gonna die.
Anyway, let's address the beard. Can we address the beard?
It's a funny story.
Did you try to do something and you screwed it up? So you're like, I got to hack the whole thing
A
off now?
Manscaped ad.
Was it really a Manscaped ad?
Wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault.
Right.
Um,
I mean, it's coming back. It's coming back in. It's coming back in quickly, so you're fine.
so we were doing. The problem is that the time I look awful without a beard. I really do.
I wouldn't say awful. I would say different.
You know what it is? I got such a big forehead because of my hairline that when you take out the beard, it makes the forehead look even bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I went to do the Manscaped ad and I put on it's a clip where you get to just turn it and you turn the clip, which is awesome. You don't have
adjust the size of the blade. Yep.
It really wasn't my fault. I put it to the 1.5. Turns out the thing doesn't work unless you get it to the 2. It only kicks into gear on the 2. So I had the 1.5 and I did it and it zapped the whole thing off.
I was going to say it had to be a botch and you just had to clean it up.
Yeah, it was
No,
terrible.
but he had a mustache that looked really good. I don't know why he got rid of the mustache.
Bob's not the type of guy that's going to.
No, he looked good with it.
Him and Perez said that to where if I did it again after hearing
Perez has a picture of him with the mustache.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like that to be put up because
it looked way better than what we had. He looked like claymation when he came down after.
You know, Joe kind of took me back.
I haven't heard the term claymation in quite some time. So that was funny.
It took me back to the Four Seasons days where we would have to. Joe's got some tough pictures of me back then in those days without the beard, and I was a chubby guy, and just some bad pictures. It took me back to those days, but it is coming back, and it's coming back pretty fast. It just can't come back fast enough. Yeah.
Bob said, I'm not going to do any stories for at least a week.
And I did, and I did hold off.
You got in front of it, though. I feel like you have to get in front of things. You can't let those kind of things fester. You just got to put yourself in front. It is what it is. Take a look at it.
Banged when I had that last year. Remember, Bob, we were at Quail Lodge, and the same thing happened to me, and I just wore it. People were saying I look like the fat Elvis and all this stuff. It got, and I didn't, I didn't say anything, and I just showed up to like Perez's room, and they all just stopped and were like, "Whoa, what the fuck happened to you?"
You know what, Joe?
It's not a good feeling.
You've at least lost some lbs from that. When you're at a bad point weight wise, if you're not at a good spot weight wise, and the beard comes off, what the beard does, it's kind of like makeup for fat people. You know what I mean? Like it really is.
It's a good line.
Down.
Russ told me when he shaves, he's like, I just decide where my neckline is for the day.
That's right.
If I wanted to.
That's right. That's right. When I was with Perez in New York for the Breezy Lounge opening, he was shaving his neckline in the hotel room, and he's like, dog, am I lined up here? Am I lined up? I was like, yeah, I mean, that's as good as you're gonna get it, I think. So.
By the way, one of the funniest, I've never seen Mikey be moved to tears from laughing. Mikey was in tears after we filmed the podcast. And we had that football Sunday, which we should touch.
Perez.
Holly, Mikey's wife, Holly, you went to go take a picture, and we're all on the couch kind of facing up. Cutsy's behind the couch with G Baby, and he's kind of facing up, and Holly takes the picture, and Perez just goes, "What did he cut?" Because
that's not going to be a good angle.
Yeah. He just knew that was going to be a tough angle, and it.
He said two things that had me dying. He said the first thing, he's like, I look like a beanbag chair, and then he said, it looks like I'm swimming.
Yo, I never laughed. I was in tears crying laughing so hard.
You had tears coming down.
I couldn't stop looking at the picture.
The best thing he said is, he's like, I saw her go to take the picture, and I wasn't in a state where I could move in time, and I just watched as I literally got banged as I do it.
And the way he after he takes the picture, where he just does the boy. Like, that's not going to be a good angle. He knew.
I thought it was a great angle.
He was hysterical that whole trip, man.
He really was. He
was so good.
He had a podcast for Bob Does Sports where if he's hungover, you think you're not going to get much out of it. We talked about it, I think, on the last one. He was great. I mean, he was so fucking. Very few people can get me to laugh like that the way he can, and he's the king of self-deprecating humor. He really is. I mean, the guy is.
He's an absolute king for many reasons, man. We love that young man to death.
Now, the thing that I don't understand, and I can't wrap my head around it, and I don't even think you guys, I haven't even talked to you guys about this yet. I don't get it, and Ticket called me about it. Our episodes that we do here are crushing. They really are. Like, it's on the rise. It's crushing. We're on the charts. Like, it's going really well. Whenever we go to do a live show, the two lead episodes that have done the worst in the past few months since back when we were at Loon's Woodfire Tavern are the two live podcasts, and I don't know why.
I think someone said the audio, maybe the audio.
Oh, they said the audio was great. They said the audio was great. It's just, I don't know. People like this format for whatever reason.
I think what it is people are creatures of habit. So you get used to seeing a podcast the same way every single time. And then you do something different. People aren't used to difference. You know what I mean? They're not used to change. So all of a sudden it's outside of their wheelhouse. It's outside of what they're used to seeing. So it's like they can't comprehend it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they comprehend. I mean, I just think it's definitely a change. It's a change of pace, I guess. I would think.
Imagine the Fox pregame show, Bob, for Sunday did something different from what they did every single time.
Speaking of that, this is the worst. This has to be one of the worst 1:00 Sunday slates I have ever seen.
I don't know if I'm going to watch
in my life. This is, you got Patriots at Giants. You got Falcons Saints. You got Steelers Bengals with no Joe Burrow. You got Buccaneers Colts. The best game is really probably Jaguars Texans. That's probably the best game. That's probably the best game.
Or maybe even the night game. Oh, well, you got
the afternoon and night is fine. I'm talking about the early slate. It has to be one of the worst I've ever seen. It's fucking garbage.
I'll tell you, Joe, you could have slept in a couple hours. We could have just recorded during the morning games. Thanks, Bob. Now that I'm looking at it,
no rush to put yourself in front of New England at Giants.
No, my God, it's horrid.
It's a really bad slate. And by the way,
the product is
I'm putting this out there. I'm not reverse jinxing it. Mikey's going to beat me in fantasy this week. And
I
after
thought you were projected to win.
not
He is, I
anymore.
think. No?
Maybe by a very, very
I
little
think
bit.
you are.
But
Bob's the
Listen.
king of talking trash about his own
He loves
team.
that. He loves that. Yeah, he loves that.
yeah.
Yeah, he's still
but-
projected. He's projected to score 140. I'm projected to score 133.
And it's
There
gonna
you go, Bob.
Mostert
I'm
banged him.
telling you, man.
Mostert
He
banged
did.
him.
I had him. I had Mikey against the
He did.
the Ropes. I really
What
did.
happened?
Mostert popped that bullshit garbage time touchdown run.
You know what's gonna
But
happen?
to be fair, he had Dak. He had Dak going, and Dak went fucking nuclear.
So
Nuclear.
I'm gonna probably have to do. It's gonna come down. I feel like to me or Ticket for the punishment. Lord, I hope it's Joey D, man.
Is Dickie
It's not-
Gas?
it's
is
not-
Dickie
it's not
Gas
gonna
still
be.
in
Are
the
you
running?
winning this week, Joe?
I'm waxing Ticket's ass.
Okay,
this
so
week.
Joe's. You're waxing Ticket's ass. Oh,
Wait,
that's
isn't Dickie
I'm
Gas still
projected to
involved in
beat-
that bottom? In that
Yeah,
bottom area?
he's might win this week though. He's doing okay. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm projected to be Ticket by over 50 this
By
week.
the way, I'm gonna come at Dickie Gas for a second. I love Dickie Gas.
Oh,
Always good to go to.
I have never seen a guy. I do love you, Dick. He was there for the football Sunday. This guy wants to see the world crash and burn.
yeah, he is.
He
Yeah,
doesn't want to see.
he's an antagonist.
I've never seen somebody not root for
He's
other.
the villain.
people's
He's the
pick.
villain.
He
He's
really-
Oh yeah.
He's the
wants to see
quintessential
people-
villain. He
I mean,
is.
and Joe especially, he'll never root for a Joe pick
No, never.
at all.
Oh,
But really, in general, he doesn't want to see people win their picks. I think it's terrible, Joseph.
it's not so much that he bets against everybody else. Like we all were heavily on the Browns at Michael's.
To be fair, I don't think he knew that.
No,
I don't think
no,
he
he did
did.
not. No, he did not.
But yet he did, because when he found out we were on the Browns, he proceeded to tell us that it was the worst and dumbest pick
Yeah, but he had
anyone
already
could ever make.
right, but he had already had the Steelers, is what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about the fact that he had the Steelers. I'm talking about his monologue for 5 minutes about how anyone who would choose to take the Browns is got to be not really there mentally, and how dumb of a pick it is, how they don't have their quarterback.
By the way,
how
Browns
we're just
Browns
asking for a
won.
loss.
Browns won.
Yeah,
Go
we
Browns.
yes.
But that we did put out the Nikki Diamonds story early before the game started, which would make me to believe that he might have.
That's true. That's true.
He
That's true.
might
But it's
have
not
picked-
even about him betting the other way. That's fine. If you go into like an oppositional bet, like a place where everyone's riding a home bet, and you have the opposition, you could state that you have that, but you be respectful. You know, you don't like outwardly go nuts. Like you just keep it to yourself. You're like in the way turf. He will do the opposite. He will trash everyone for having that pick, and then proceeded to start cheering vehemently against.
There's if you're on, you have to be on either side of the fence. If you got him with your pick, there's nobody probably better to have riding with you with your pick in terms of energy. Or if you go to a game and he's rooting for your team, or you're rooting for the same thing. But the opposite is very true. If he's got the opposite, he is a ruthless villain. He's like the Joker.
Oh,
But
show
I,
the
like the
picture
Joker.
you have, Mikey, on your phone. That is perfect.
Of what?
Your profile picture of Dickie Gas it's Javar. It's
So-
literally
yeah. That's great. Yeah, that is great.
It's so fitting.
Yeah,
so are we being too
Well,
hard on Dickie Gas, Mikey?
so-
or does he really want to see the world burn? Because
So-
after seeing that, I really think he does.
So this is Dickie Gas's picture in my phone is Jafar, right? From Aladdin. Now, the reason for that is not because at the time, it wasn't because he's the ultimate villain. It was because at the time he was trying to sell Broadway tickets to Aladdin to like a group of our friends. Now imagine like somebody's texting the Audi Club chat and he's like, listen, I got two hot seats to Aladdin, third row orchestra for Aladdin tonight. Very good price. Very good price. So that was like a running joke for a while when he was trying to sell Aladdin tickets, which was, by the way, that's such a great story, but like I can't give enough context to make it that funny. You have to know him and know our group of friends. But if you do, it's just so comical that he was trying to.
That Audi Club, and I do appreciate it. And it's a very Jersey ball busting thing. It is people going at each other's throats. There is no holds bar. I mean, it gets personal.
No.
It can really go. Now, yeah, that really was eye-opening to me about the Gas Man is Dickie Gas wants to see the world. I even tried to pull for his bet, and he didn't want me pushing even for his bet It was just so bizarre to me. It was.
He was manning the bar. I will give him that. He was manning the bar and pouring shots.
He was good with that.
In terms of like helping and doing things that are actually constructive for the environment, like things to help, you will not find anyone better. Like never comes empty-handed, always is helping, always going above and beyond. But when it comes, oh, great with Dominic. He's the best. Yeah, he's really good. But when it comes to like just being like, he's tough, bro. Like if you don't have thick skin, you'd probably say you hate this man. A lot of people would say they hate him.
You know what, Mikey?
They would.
I also too, he got us to do a horse bet that the quickest $50 I've ever lost. I've never
just even watched it.
What was that horse's name? Do we remember?
It was called Kittle.
George Kittle or something.
Touchdown Kittle.
Touchdown Kittle. Yeah. This thing stood no chance.
That horse is in the fucking super glue factory right now.
You know, Perez was a little upset about that bet, and it takes a lot to get Perez pissed off. Yeah. Perez was pissed about the bet because he knew nothing about the horse. We didn't get to watch the horse.
The replay.
Got upset with us.
That's even worse. That you couldn't even watch the horse lose.
Totally.
You just found out. You just refreshed the Google page. Yeah. See you later. Finish like 7th.
Down. Let me watch my horse go down. You know what I mean?
You didn't even come top 3.
No, not even close. We could have done a win place to show. It would have come. No, we wouldn't have had a shot. Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. By the way, you know who else had a phenomenal viewing was Diamonds, and I loved how he showed up to the place and had his personal slippers that he had to pull out before sitting down on the couch.
This guy, he ain't real life, dude. He ain't.
He is so funny, man.
That's
just to watch him like do his thing, man. It is. Yeah, wild.
I do want to play. We'll have Ticket roll it over the call that he makes to Joe to tell him to put in the call that Nikki Diamonds makes to Joe to tell him to put in the Browns.
If what I think is going to happen happens,
but I have first half too.
Joe, do you have any idea what I just put in on this game?
I don't.
I love you to death. You could have the first 3 minutes. Okay. I don't care.
All right.
This is the play. What it's called is reverse line movement. Okay. Now, obviously, there was the injury factor and whatnot. The line comes down, but now the line has gone back up to 2.5.
Yes.
And 136.
I had it at 4. I had it at 4, but I'm still going to keep it. Good. Yes.
Be a fucking man.
I am, Mike. I am, Nick. I love you.
I want all of you guys to fall asleep on his couch today.
Okay.
The best is not the call. The best is during the game when he tells Joe that the bet is dead and that the Browns are over. And Joe just has an absolute meltdown, conniption. He's like, why? Why would you say this? That's the best.
Joe's a very, when Joe bets, although he yells and stuff like that, I'm very half glass empty. I like saying the bet's dead before it's actually dead.
Yeah.
Joe always thinks that there's a shot. Like even with Ohio State, when he sent in the text yesterday about like, okay, let's go do this now. Like I thought the game was cooked. Like when Ohio State,
I honestly didn't.
They almost did.
Yeah,
they almost did.
I really, if he takes the check down there instead of throwing the ball over the middle, you never know what happens. But
now, by the way, Mikey, another thing to discuss with Dickie Gass, he's still in the line of fire. Having the kid's birthday, the 1-year-old birthday.
Oh no!
That's not my beef this week. My beef is with Luna Lou. I mean, Luna Lou was at this party, and he's obnoxious. Like when we watch sports together, you want to talk obnoxious. Like he was obnoxious, like screaming at me the entire game at the bar, and I wasn't even saying a word. I wasn't even saying
Ohio State jacket.
That was my jacket. He was breaking my balls. But when I tell you, like the normal man, if this was happening to them, would have like tried to stab him with a knife. Okay. He was like, you know what, Mike, you're just a bad person. You're just a horrible fucking guy. You're a horrible person. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like the level, when Bob talks about the level of ball breaking, it goes beyond like what you and your friends probably typically
was. Juice
like so too? Personal. Juice was there, but Juice was even telling him like, Lou, shut up. Like,
really?
Just alone. Yeah. So he was relentless, bro.
So were you getting upset?
No, I was just standing there and shaking my head, and I was just like, all right, man. All right. I had nothing to say. I mean, listen, I have no leg to stand on right now. Ohio State's lost the last 3 in a row. I'm not going to talk shit. I was hoping they'd pull it out. I got no leg to stand on. Now, had they won,
there's a way.
But
there's a way to bust balls. There's a way.
Oh, he was vicious
to do it. Yeah,
the setup. I got to be honest. Listen, I walked in there 5 to 12. I had a spot at the bar. I really couldn't sit because of my back. I had to stand for the majority, and that was uncomfortable. So, besides the fact that I was extremely uncomfortable, I had no issue because we had volume and 2 TVs, and the only game on was the game on both TVs. So I was fine with it. Obviously, the outcome sucks.
The best was Nikki Diamonds was busting Mikey's balls about the volume in the cave, which I thought was fine. I really did.
You gotta understand, when you go to his house, he has the TV at a volume. It sounds like you're inside the stadium. I like volume, but I don't need that. If I'm by I just don't need that.
I thought the accommodations were really nice. I really do. I thought it was a really, really good football Sunday experience. The food was great. Shout out to Lurchios, who really rolled out there. Joey D loved the sandwich that we got.
The fried raviolis. Also.
The fried raviolis were really good.
Yeah. What else did you love, Joseph?
The eggplant rollatini he liked.
That one was the best.
Yeah, that was.
What else did you like, Joseph?
I just like spending time with my friends.
That's really nice. That's really nice. That's really nice. That's really nice. I gotta tell you, Joe was a consummate gentleman the entire weekend. He really was. He really was.
Mikey and I have never been more aligned.
No, I agree. We've
really been like yin and yang lately.
Yeah, you know what that is? It's like like samurais from like the Japanese days, like back then, like when samurais they would have to battle, growing up, and then eventually, I don't know if this is true or not because I don't know anything about Japanese history, but I would imagine that samurais had to battle each other growing up, and then they would become one, and they would join the samurai
in the same dojo,
the Shogun army or whatever you would call it, to defend their country. And that's what I feel me and Joe are at that level now.
People like us to go at each other's necks.
They do.
And sometimes we do.
And I get it.
It's going to be hard to get us against each other lately.
Nobody likes me and Joe going at each other's necks more than the guy in the top left corner.
Yeah,
Nobody.
He lives for it.
All right, folks, it's the holiday season, the perfect gift, the perfect time to give the gift. Over at paintyourlife.com. Send in any picture on the website to paintyourlife.com, and they'll give you a painting portrait that you just cannot deny. Starting right now, use promo code DUMB to get 20% off and free shipping. I just recently got one, and it's on the way. It is spectacular. It's also hysterical, so stay tuned for that. The site is as easy as can be. Again, I went over and I did all you do. Send in that picture, choose from the different portraits, the different sizes that they have. Paintyourlife.com. Wait till you see what I got on the way. Promo code DUMB for 20% off and free shipping. Any picture, bring it to life with paintyourlife.com. All right, fellas, let's go in right now. Buy or sell. Coming in hot. Buy or sell. I'll start it off. I'm doing the same sell that I usually do every single year. It's the right time to do it. I do it at the same time right around this time. I'm selling it again. I'm selling turkey, man. I just like every Thanksgiving, it's just the same thing. It doesn't matter what you do to the turkey. You could baste it. You could put beer on it.
Have you ever had the deep fried though? Have you ever had that? Because I haven't. I still have never had a deep fried turkey.
No, you know what? Maybe I haven't had, like, you mean
I haven't. Maybe. And I heard that difference is real. I've heard it, but I can't attest to it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I maybe I haven't had the deep fry. I just, you know what? I've seen so many different things done to the turkey, and to me, it just seems like it just doesn't. It just never has it. Dark meat, white meat, it's all the same. Thanksgiving is about the sides, and the sides only.
It is about the sides.
So I'm selling the turkey again, man.
I really honestly think that a ham is a spiral ham. I'd rather see that on the floor than the turkey. I just would. I would go for the ham over the turkey, but the turkey, to me, you just have to go dark meat. Otherwise, you're just done.
I agree.
You can't go for the white meat. It's too tough.
I would have no issue making the transfer over to doing ham. I would
nice spiral ham, honey baked ham.
I really would.
Yeah.
I would commit to that. I think it's so much more flavorful. I would take that. Joey D, we go to you, buy or sell.
This is a long time coming, sell.
So we're all selling this week after a 3-way buy last week.
Right.
Now we're all going because I'm selling also.
I am selling in-person shopping on Black Friday weekend. To be anywhere within a stone's throw of a shopping facility during this weekend is blasphemous. It's outrageous. It's a test of patience that I don't have. And be quite frank, it shouldn't be allowed. It is an absolute preposterous thought to try to get into a shopping center and go shopping during Black Friday weekend. I tried yesterday with Nicole to even just get in. I tried yesterday just to even get into one of these shopping centers.
That Maine is so unpredictable, man. You know,
I couldn't even, guys, I couldn't even get into the parking lot. I couldn't. There was a fucking lineup that, Bob, you know the Grove. The lineup was 2 blocks long just to even get near the parking. I literally looked at Nicole. I'm like, we're leaving. We're not even going in. We're turning around. I'm not doing this today.
And Joe, for you, you bought Christmas shopping before. You bought Christmas shopping, but you're selling Black Friday shopping.
But he sold Black Friday shopping last year, I believe.
No, I don't think
so. I think he bought Christmas shopping. That was one of his buys. He bought liking to go out for Christmas shopping, but obviously not Black Friday. Tell you one place you don't have to go out to shop on Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Breezy Golf.
That's breezygolf.com.
Good for you, Michael. Good for you.
No, but I'm being honest, guys. People are like ants. They're just squirming, it's just like, dude, what are you going to save $20 on a t-shirt? Like, for the love of God.
Listen to this now. So Black Friday, first time the NFL's ever done a game on Black Friday, right? That where MetLife Stadium is, where the Jets play, where that game was, 3:00 in the afternoon on Black Friday. And right next to MetLife Stadium is the American Dream Mall on Black Friday.
Oh,
I know a couple people that were traveling around that area. They said that the traffic, because of the NFL game and the mall, which is like a mega mall, it's got a indoor ski place, it's got a water park, it's a mega mall. They said that the traffic for Black Friday, because of the game in the mall, was so bad that it was just at it was just a parking lot. The highways, the turnpike, getting off the turnpike. It was just a total. Black Friday screws everything up. It screws everything up. If you're going out, you got to be nuts. Why would you ever go out? Why?
Cyber Monday, Black Friday online. You could get all this shit. Now you can send it back. I'm changing, man. I used to like to go and try things on. It's such a shit show, man. Like, people they have no common sense when you go in these places. It's not worth it. It's not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, this was the first time I ever really hit the Black Friday online, where I bought a lot of stuff online. My worry is, though, like, when I go to try stuff off, I don't want to say the energy, but I don't have just the patience to return it from the online. That I just don't have.
A guy thing.
You know, I'd almost.
But you can bring it. Like, you say, if you go to Lululemon, you buy a bunch of stuff. You could bring the stuff to a Lululemon store.
Is that so?
You can return it to a store.
If it's the brand, probably, yeah, with the tags on it still, yeah.
See that?
Yeah, they'll take it back and theyll give you the different size that they have.
You know who loves a good return?
So? Yes.
Oh, see,
you're just gonna leave it in the house?
I would have taken the L, or just giving it to somebody. I would have taken the L.
No, you can bring it with you.
Holly V loves a good return.
My mom,
she lives for returning shit. I swear to God, I don't know if anyone else's wives do this. She will leave tags on things that will be in the house. For instance, I hang like a shelf thing in the bathroom to display fucking candles or whatever it is. There will be a tag on that up until a certain point where I'm like, it's been here now for 6 months. I think it's safe to say that it's remaining, but she lives for the return, She literally, she gets excited to return shit. It's got to be a woman thing, because for the life of me, I take the same thing. I'd rather eat the $20 and not have to worry about it.
Well, in that case, she got 6 months worth. She got 6 months of value out of the thing and gets to return it for something brand new.
Yeah, if it's not past store policy, that's also
there. You go. I'm sure she knows what that store policy is too before she returns it.
That's fair.
But Bob, yeah, you bring it back. Say if it's the wrong size and they don't have the size, they'll just give you a gift card, so you could still shop what, like, it's not a bit, like, you don't have to take an L.
That changes a lot. It really does. That changes a
You're
lot.
just gonna throw this stuff away?
Not throw it away, but I would have just given it to somebody. I would have just seen somebody in that size, and I know, Lord knows, it's not all going to fit. I really went nuts this year. This was the first year I've really let it fly. So if I ever get home, I'll be happy to take a look. Mikey V, we go over to you.
Yeah, I'm selling this week. I think this has been building also, but now it's becoming so prevalent that like it really came to the forefront the other night when I was watching something. What the NBA is doing with this in-season tournament, changing the colors of the floors, like making the floors these wacky colors. And I'm not just stopping at the NBA, because this all started with Boise State. Boise State making that Smurf turf when they made the blue turf.
The blue one, yeah.
Other teams did it. I know there's a team, I forget what college team it is, and shame on me for not remembering, that made an all red field. Their AstroTurf is completely red. It's got to stop, because the jersey colors with the colored playing surface, it literally it's uncomfortable to watch it. Like it actually hurts my eyes to watch it. I understand you make the stadium unique in any which way you want. You make the arena unique any which way. You wear whatever color jerseys you want. The playing surface should be the same neutral color for everybody. It's unbearable. It's unbearable to look at. It hurts my fucking eyes. It's terrible. I'm selling the colored courts and all these colored fields. I hate it.
You know what college basketball team I can't bet on if they're playing at home is Oregon. You know that?
Oh yeah, they have the forest, the trees. Yeah,
too much going on.
That's brutal.
It stresses me out.
That Civil War game, Oregon State, the jersey combo was like melting my corneas. It was like a bright orange, construction orange for Oregon State, and that bright green, highlighter green for Oregon. I mean, it was tough to look at. It was really tough to watch.
Yeah,
and there's nothing you could do about jerseys.
I'm not infringing on jerseys because I got banged on that game.
But if you're playing an NBA game and the court is like turquoise and these guys are wearing fucking turquoise, it's brutal. It's just stop.
It kind of looks cool when you first look at it, though.
I had a feeling Gutsy was going to take that route.
The Lakers one was pretty cool.
Watch the whole game, though.
But Joe, doesn't it? You don't think it wears on you real? Maybe
it wears.
Beginning, you look at for a few seconds, and then it's just in an Oregon game. If I'm winning the bet, I still feel like I'm losing. I'm just stressed out.
And Boise State, honestly, the Smurf turf is played. It was cool for like the first, but you watch it now, it really is difficult to look at. It really is. It honestly is uncomfortable.
Why is that? Because like the regular field is green. Nobody thinks anything about that.
Because it's grass. It's a color you're accustomed to. Basketball, since you were a child, you grew up basketball. It's played on wood. It's the same color. Maybe the shade of wood is a little lighter. The parquet in Boston, sense. I get that. But to make it fucking wonky teal and aqua and purple and all, it's just too much for the eyes to handle.
You know what, Joe? Maybe that's the difference. Like with people watching the Brilliantly Dumb show on Zoom.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Could be.
I told you what people aren't used to. They quickly shut down.
Yeah. Maybe it's true.
Yeah,
maybe it's true. Folks, we interrupt the Brilliantly Dumb show to let you know that the Brilliantly Dumb show is brought to you by the fine folks over at AG1. I started taking AG1 for about a year and a half now. If you're a long-time listener, you know I'm a big AG1 guy. Gut health, my overall immune system, and just to add that extra spark of energy into my day-to-day, which everybody needs that day-to-day energy. I recommend AG1 to all my family and friends because it really does put me in the right mindset, and I know I'm taking the best, finest ingredients, something that I could replace my multivitamin with, came from AG1, just one scoop. Does it all for you. You can't go wrong. AG1 is the supplement I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why they've been a partner for so long. If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/dumb. That's drinkag1.com/dumb. Check it out. I do just want to say one more thing, and I don't want to just keep coming at this guy and bearing it, but Mikey, you sent the clip to me and Joe in Digest, and I can't unsee the clip.
Nick Sirianni?
I've just never disliked somebody so much. I've never
How
disliked.
are we back on Sirianni?
I just wanted
because I've learned something. Like Bob, one thing that bothers Bob more than anything is obnoxiousness. Like that really is like one of Bob's major triggers. Because I get obnoxious sometimes, and like that's the only time he ever really gets mad at me is when I get obnoxious. So like Sirianni.
That's why he hates McGregor.
I will say this, yeah, potentially. Sirianni after the Eagles, after the Chiefs game, when he's yelling at the fans, and he addressed it, Bob, in the media, and he's like, I'm not gonna stop being who I am. That's basically what he said.
Of course.
But for him to yell at fans like that, like to me, it's just very childish. I mean, I get being very passionate about something. I get that. But at the same time, like you're the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Like there's only 32 of you on the entire planet that are head coaches of NFL teams. Like I just feel like there's no need. Like they won that game, and then he does that, and he just looks like a total clown. Like the players aren't even doing that.
By the way, that comment of one thing that bothers Bob is obnoxiousness.
Yeah, that's
such a wild comment, but I guess that's true.
It's very true.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but back to the Sirianni thing, the most defining thing was the playoffs last year where his quarterback had to pull him back to the sidelines and tell him to cool. When do you ever see that a quarterback has to pull the coach back?
You may see a player pull a coach back because the coach is just fucking going crazy at an official about a call or something.
Yes.
But not when the coach is is verbally accosting the other players of the other team. That's what players do. Like it's bizarre. It's very bizarre. Sirianni's, and I want to like
doing
Sirianni.
a good job.
I want to like
team.
him.
No question. No question that I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, he's doing an amazing job with the team.
That's a good game. That's a good game today. Eagles Bills.
Bills.
Yeah, there you go.
We like the Bills today, Joe. You can't keep betting the Bills, man. You just
Josh Allen, baby.
I know he's our guy. I know.
Josh, your boy.
Yeah, we got a FaceTime from recently.
Mr. Josh Allen. Christian Kirk
really starting to come
around.
around.
We told him that you think he stinks.
That's fine. I mean, Jaguars have lost me a lot of money this year.
Wow!
Every time I bet the Jaguars.
Yeah. But Mikey, they're having a good year though.
They are.
Yeah, aren't they like 7-3?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I think they're 6 and something. I think.
Nah, 6-3 maybe.
7-3.
Are they really 7-3?
Yeah, they're having a good year.
Top of the division. They have a big
division.
They are. I tell you. Yeah. You know what it is Trevor Lawrence. Just some of these games, it's like he forgets. It almost looks like he forgets how to play. Like when they lose,
play
it's
well
bad.
now. I just traded for him.
When they lose, it's bad. Yeah, I need him to do well today. He's going against Bob. I need him real bad.
Mikey,
real bad.
Pay some. You already won. I promise you.
Oh, that is
I'm telling you.
I hate when guys do that.
I'm being honest.
You do that every week and you still win games.
My team is soft, man. They're soft. It's a grind to get points.
Well, Perez said his team is done. He said they've put up the white
believe it though.
He said he lost the locker room. That's what he said.
Perez says his team's done. His team's done. If I say my team's done, it's not necessarily done. His team's done.
Oh man. That's gonna be that league, by the way, is so I don't even care who wins. It's so much just bragging rights. Yeah. Like it's just like, and it's if you look at it, like 80% of the teams all stink. Like no one's above 500. I think Perez is over 500. Mikey V is, and then Showtime somehow is like light years better than everyone else. I don't understand it.
Joe Burrow banged me so bad.
Oh yeah.
What makes it fun is and I really think all leagues should do it. It's the first time that we've done it. Is if you do a punishment for last place, it makes it so much fun. And like the one that we're gonna have. Instead of doing the lemonade stand, you have to raise $100 a lemonade stand. I think that would stink content wise. I think it would end up fading real fast. I think we got to do the classic. You go to an IHOP and you got to an IHOP or a Waffle House and you got to be there for 24 hours. Every pancake you eat deducts an hour. That's like the class one.
I'd be out of that IHOP within, I would say 3 hours. I'd be out.
Good thing is you're not going to come in last.
You'd eat 21 pancakes?
24.
No, he said you'd be out in 3 hours.
I'd be out within 3 hours. Yeah, I think I could down 24 pancakes in 3 hours. Those IHOP pancakes, first of all, I'd rip through 10 within the first 15 minutes probably.
They're
What?
big pancakes.
Yeah, 20 minutes. They're light, those IHOP pancakes. I think
Are they?
Waffle House, I think the waffles would probably be tougher, honestly.
Oh, waffle, that's a total
Yeah,
different. No,
yeah,
pancakes
yeah.
would be the way. The waffle's thicker. That's tough.
That's what I'm saying. There's a little more structure and substance to the waffle.
Well, Tick right now is in last.
And you know what? Content-wise, Ticket being the one to go to that might be the funniest thing that.
Well, he's the eater. He's a big eater, so it would be
is,
fantastic.
He would be so funny. People, I mean, remember when Ticket came on here and did the hot dog challenge?
Yeah, that's right.
That was ages ago.
Yeah, that episode crushed.
We should do a Mikey versus Ticket eat-off challenge. I think, Mikey, you dust him, but I'd be interested to see, like, Ticket would go full bore for, like, the first, 10 minutes, and then he'd realize he had no chance. And
I would be very curious to see Ticket do the burger challenge that I did to gauge, what type of an eater he actually is in the sense of, timing-wise.
Yeah.
I'd be very curious to see where he would land in that challenge.
I'd be honest, as much as Ticket can eat, probably more than any of us inside of Mikey. After watching Mikey do that challenge, I don't think we know somebody that could do that. Like, I can eat. There's no chance I'd be able to beat that challenge. That was
you could eat that. You could eat that burger.
By the way, that's still nobody has beaten that time yet. Still
not in that time, but I'm saying you could do it.
Oh, I could eat it, but to do it in the time that he did it, when you do it, it's like he needed the full size of his body to just shovel it all the way down.
I had French fries coming out of my toenails.
You ever see a anaconda eat a crocodile or something, or you see it, you see the crocodile go through. It was that. It was almost hard to watch. It was insane. All right, fellas, we'll keep it moving right along. That's 3 cells there for the Brilliantly Dumb Show. We're going to go to the top 5. This is an interesting top 5, and you guys make the call. I gave us top 5 best Instagram follows. I don't mind switching that to social media follows. So if you like somebody on Twitter, I think you should be allowed to, where it doesn't have to be solely IG. Does the committee agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I would
Twitter.
Yeah, I would have just done IG and Twitter. So, I mean, that's fine. Whatever. IG's fine.
Okay. All right. So it's going to be top 5 IG follows. Mikey V, we'll start with you.
Oh, wow. Number 5, I got this guy. Grew up watching this guy on College Game Day. I've been saying he's one of the better follows. I'm a college football nut. I just think his content's unbelievable. A lot of inside stuff that you wouldn't see, and I just think he's great. Chris Fowler. I think Chris Fowler is one of the best IG follows out there. I think he's underrated. Number 4 is a meme account for the NFL. I think it's the best one, but obviously you get canceled if you posted half the shit that this guy posts. But Ghetto Gronk, I think Ghetto Gronk is the best to do it out there in terms of the football NFL memes. If you don't follow Ghetto Gronk, he's got 4 million or so. He's got millies. I don't know how many millies, but excellent stuff. 3, give me Eggs Tyrone. I think Eggs Tyrone is the guy who has all the people dancing, but he loops the dances to songs that they're not dancing to, obviously. It's incredible. Go check out Eggs Tyrone. I'm telling you, another guy, he's got a milli. He's unbelievable. Eggs Tyrone at 3. People who know what I'm talking about. Bob has no idea, but
no idea.
Check out Eggs Tyrone. Number 2, give me Stavros Halkias, Stavi baby. I think this guy he's a comedian. He's a Greek guy. I think he's one of the funniest guys. He does this recap about the Ravens after every game they have. That's not even his main shtick, but he's so fucking funny. He's 2. And then number 1, I got to go with a Godfather figure. I think his content's unbelievable. Twitter really would have been my pick for him, but give me Big Cat. I think Big Cat's content is fucking so good, bro. And I'm not, I'm not just saying that just to say it. I just think we have very similar humor. So to me, a lot of the things he puts out, I'm I would have put that out. That's very funny. But Twitter more so, but IG, I'm just going to stick with it. I'll play it out and I'll just stick with him at number 1.
Okay. Joey D.
Yeah, I have no issue with. I don't know half of those. I know Big Cat.
I had Big Cat in mind too. I didn't know any.
That's good then.
Oh no, I take it back. Stavi, I do. Stavi's
Well, Fowler, obviously, you know, too.
Oh yes, Fowler as well too. I haven't really
And
seen
Big
much
Cat,
of him.
obviously.
No, I
mean,
said Big Cat.
You
Yeah.
knew 3 out of 5. I mean, you didn't know 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand corrected.
Yeah. You knew the majority of our story.
I take that off. I take that back. Joe, you want to go? You want me to go?
I'll go. I took a different approach to this than you guys did, I'm sure. So, at number 5, I'm going to go with a little account called Bob Does Sports. Very funny account on Instagram. If you haven't checked it out, it's about 3 friends who play golf for a living. YouTube channel. A lot of fun. Satire is going to be surrounded within the page. I think it's definitely worth checking out. That's my 5 slots. At number 4, I'm going to go with a young man known as Beardown Cuz. I think this young man puts up great quality content on an often, you want to find content early and often. You will never find this page without a story, without a post. I think there's about 5,000 posts on this young man's page. He just goes above and beyond. He has also, if you've never found it before, he's got a subscriber-based community called an Only Subs, which you can subscribe to for less than a cup of coffee a month. And what he posts, workouts, he posts pics. He's very, very affluent in the picking world. So if you haven't checked out Beardown Cuz, great Instagram follow.
That's a great
Moving
call,
up the
Jeff.
ranks, I'm going to check out a young man. He actually doesn't go by his surname on the page, but he goes by a tagline of brilliantly dumb. And this young man is, this guy's been doing it for a long, long time. Probably one of the first Instagram, probably one of the first Instagram accounts I've ever heard of, and ever came across. And satire. The guy loves to self-deprecate. He loves to go at himself. He just knows how to, he knows how to make a joke, how to toss a laugh or two around. Really dumb. That's a really good follow. And then it was tough for the last 2. I kind of tossed and turned. I went with a page that is very dear to my heart. I went with the page called Breezy Golf at number 2. Breezy Golf. These guys are just
preposterous.
I didn't see this comment. I didn't see
this is the ultimate company, man.
These guys are just really, they're paving the way for a young generation of golfers coming onto the scene.
Sure.
It's a really, really, they also have not just memes, but they also have attire. They have golf apparel that you can purchase. Some of the best attire in the game. I came across it recently and I have not looked back. It is just some of the best quality fits that I've ever worn.
That's right.
And then at number 1, this was really tough for me to do, but I'm going to go by a young man known as Joey Cold Cuts.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
This guy is
truly remarkable.
It really is. I didn't even.
That's as on brand as it gets. Go ahead, Jeff.
I'd like to finish my number 1 pick, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Joey Cold Cuts is a young, affluent male. I think he comes from Canada. He's very just a really, really special young man. He likes to give everything of himself back to the community. He's got a funny page. He posts golf stuff. If you haven't seen it, Joey Cold Cuts, a growing page in the Instagram community. I think I'm going to go with that at my number 1 slot, and that's my top 5, gentlemen.
See that honorable mention.
That is truly remarkable, man.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Well, when you get woken up 5 minutes before the fucking time slot, you kind of have to be a little bit creative there, gentlemen. That's my top 5.
Okay. All right, Mikey. Shame on you for not going with Breezy Golf or Bob Sports. Now it's
by the way, I gave you guys some good shout outs.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go number 5. Go ahead and give me a guy by the name of Josh Elkin. It's a food guy. And he turns all these different foods into like different meals. I love the food accounts. TikTok, both of those. Number 4, go ahead and lock me in. The IG changes things, but when he does post on IG, it hits and it hits hard.
Jersey Jerry.
Give me Jersey Jerry at 4. That's very good. That's very good, Joey D. Give me Jersey Jerry at 4. Give me Big Cat at 3. Big Cat gets the edge over Jersey Jerry just because Big Cat posts a lot more. Like Mikey said, he's constantly firing away. You don't go a day without a post.
His Twitter is insane, bro.
His Twitter is
remarkable.
The tweets that he probably has, it's got to be 50,000, if not more.
And you know what? More times than not, his tweets are bars. Like the shit he says, they're really good. Really good.
Very, if you know type humor, and he doesn't care who doesn't get it. You know what I mean? He just wants to cater to the people that do. So I got Big Cat at 3. Number 2, I got Grill Guy. Grill Guy gets the nod at number 2. I think he's pound for pound one of the funniest guys on the internet. He's unbelievable. Number 1, give me Breezy Golf. Give me Breezy Golf, number 1, day-to-day content. Mikey, I feel bad for you because now Mikey doesn't look like the company he is.
Oh, no. Au contraire. I still have the honorable mentions.
You sure do have that honorable mention. Yep. So I got Breezy Golf at 1. Mikey V, will go over to you, honorable mention.
Yeah, lock me in at Breezy Golf for my honorable mention. Just out of the interest of not voiding my contract if that's on the table. So yeah, absolutely. Breezy Golf putting out. By the way, great little ad of me and Dom with the new little polo.
Very nice.
Very nice. Little polos for the little man. So all of you out there with kids that are saying to yourselves, you know, if only they made these polos for children so I could have my son in one. Well, luck as it has, we do have that now. So you need to check that out and scoop one up for the little guy.
Joey D, honorable mention.
An honorable mention, I am going to do a actual podcast channel page known as a Brilliantly Dumb Show. 3 young men come together on a weekly basis, sometimes with less notification than others. That being said, they're always early and often dedicated to putting out the best possible content and funny humor that they can in order to provide the betterment of people's daily routines. Brilliantly Dumb Show gets my honorable mention.
Great.
I'm real sorry to Bob Does Sports, but I'm giving the Brilliantly Dumb Show honorable mention there too. I can't not. Tough day there for Bob Does Sports. Big day there for Breezy Golf. Big day ahead, fellas. Fellas, that's been another edition. The Brilliantly Dumb Show. Joey D, Mikey V. Love you both dearly. We'll see you next time, folks.